Chevy, the golden bow tie. What do I look at first? So, as soon as I get an internet connection, I have one now, it says signal low, but I tried to log on, I repaired it several times. Nothing. Can't log on. Golden bow tie. What should I look at first on this Captiva? We're at the condo complex my father-in-law rents for 3 months in the winter. And that island is such a scenic spot. It's the best complex right here. Of all the 7,000 condos, apartments, 1 and 2 bedroom, this one's one of the best because if you're on this side you get a view of the island, which they've cut down some trees and trimmed the forest you used to not be able to see through to the other side. And I'll get back to the Captiva in a minute. But on the top of that tree, and I've got it on macro now, there's a heron with 2 chicks, and they're fixing the nest right now. I can't zoom in because it won't focus, but I'll get to that in a minute. They've been flapping their wings. They have to take their maiden flight soon. So what do we look at first in this fun walk around of the Chevy Captiva? Scan here. Tire loading information, 235 55 18s. Where's this Captiva made? Manufactured by General Motors de Mexico, S2LL de CV. Made in Mexico, Mexico. Power seats, wow. The whole seat tilts, or the backrest tilts. Wow, stuff is getting so fancy. Got lots of good grease on the seat tracks, aluminum castings. Imagine what it takes to make all these little pieces and parts. Electric motor, tracks, gears, sewing, leather steering wheel with a piece of aluminum alloy or stainless embedded, airbag, cruise control, turn signals, automatic headlights, dimmer, fog lights, traction control. I don't even know what these things are. Power windows on and off. Check. That's the Verizon. Swoosh. Floor mats. Hooks so they don't end up creeping under the gas pedal like on the Toyotas, if they even did that. Yeah. Some Mexican's fingerprint on the goopy they put on the bottom of the door seams. But no lubricant on the hinges. And they are adjustable, both sides, not welded to the door in the frame. So let's pop the hood and oh, little cubby hole. Wonder where the fuse box is. Sometimes I put it over here. Where are the fuses in this Captiva? Nice big glove box with no light inside. Whoop. There's the option list. No G80 posi. It's not all-wheel drive. It's funny, you see lifted trucks here. 2-wheel drive, half tons. Doors closed, sweet. The mirrors are kind of huge, and they're not attached to the door. They're standalone. Interesting. It's got a turn signal built into the little vent that flashes with the 4-ways. Chevy. Let's pop this hood and see what propels it. I'm sure it's a 4-cylinder. I'm sure of it. I heard the exhaust pipe note yesterday. Ecotech, yep, inline 4-cylinder mounted transversely in the same direction as the axles. Got a giant battery. I saw a guy last year with a 427 and a little 32 Vicky hot rod. Had a tiny battery, size of a motorcycle battery. I mean, it was small. He says it starts up just fine. Gel battery. So what's with GM still using these monster batteries with lead connections, crimpings, cables that go to the body and go to the motor, and ground straps everywhere, and R134 air conditioning. And what do we got here? We've got hydraulic power steering. You can't see it, but I can. The power steering is hydraulic, no electric power steering. I bet you there's no more manual transmissions. There's the oil filter. Uses a cartridge oil filter. 5W30 oil. You'd think it would use 0W20 or 0W0. You'd think. Got a woven cover on the intake manifold to dampen those noises, and I'll tell you, you cannot hear this engine run under normal driving. It is so smooth. I'm impressed. Huh. Got an Ecotech air vibration noise damper, and underneath it they have Ecotech, but you can't see the writing. And we got an oxygen sensor on the exhaust manifold. We got hydraulic power steering lines all over the place, probably variable power steering assist. Made in Mexico. All kinds of computers, all kinds of places for things to rust. Only they would coat this with fluid film. Throttle position sensor right there, or some type of sensor for the injection. Throttle body. Don't ask me, I don't know a thing about these things. Vehicle emissions control. Conforms to regulations 2013. California classifications, US EPA, fuel, gasoline, ethanol. Oh, little plug here on the hood latch. Wonder what that does. Can't see where it goes. They don't have a little piece of rubber or plastic coating the secondary hood latch like they do on Fords, which they paint yellow so you can tell what it is. You can better see it. Two little wires, a red one and a yellow one and a black one going to some kind of switch underneath the latch. I can't tell what it is. Oop! I spilled some goopy. Hydraulic hood struts. Volvo has a lock. Set it to raise it up higher to 90 degrees so you don't clunk your head if you're doing some serious engine work. Get some more light under the hood. They have a lock button. So when these things fail, which they all do, at least lock the hood up without having to use a stupid piece of wood. Click. Tires. Nice alloy wheels with no locks. Nothing rusts in Florida, I don't care what you say. Gotta wait 15-20 years or be on the ocean for it to rust. Otherwise, stuff is just like it was made. 2812, the tires are less than a year old. Hankook, standard load, made in China. Figures. Cars made in Mexico, tires made in China. Nice to give the Mexicans the work, but what about Americans? Someone drove through some concrete. Shock absorbers in the back, it doesn't use a big strut. Let's see, A-arms, stamped steel A-arms. My Malibu had aluminum A-arms in the front. This one's got an aluminum knuckle, coil spring, suspension, muffler, drain hole. Lots of wasted space there between the muffler and the trunk bottom, and I'll show you what's in there in a minute. I already peeked inside. Plastic sway bar link connector, two mufflers, plastic gas tank, alloy wheels. Wonder where they're made. Usually says in the inside of the hub web. Can't tell you without taking the wheel off. And that would be easy because there's no wheel locks. I wonder if that Captiva comes all-wheel drive. It's the LTZ model. Sunroof and leather. Press a little button. Little lamp here, but no switch to turn it on. No manual override. No little lamp on top. Got some track gizmo here. Little cubby hole, more tracks. Flip on something, some tie downs. Whoop! Lock, unlock. What's underneath here? Cubby hole like on the Vista Cruisers? Whoop! Nope, a giant piece of styrofoam with places to put your bottles of liquor that you smuggle across the border. Huh. And the latches are made in China. Yeah, looks like Chinese hieroglyphics to me. What the heck is this hook here? I don't know. Got a little hook on a lanyard. Now, how do you hold this thing up? Maybe with this hook? I guess. Kind of crude, but it works. How do you open this? Where do you grab it? Used to be a little grabby thing for your fingers. monster piece of styrofoam. Spare tire, radial. Guess where it's made? Ching chang chong, China. Jack held in place with one bolt, and it's got writing in Arabic writing. I swear to you, I am not kidding. They're making these in Pakistan now. They're making them in Saudi Arabia. Printed in US. Ran out of memory. What else is new? Made in China. Didn't do a very good job cleaning out this thing. And they weren't busy, I'll tell you that. Harper's. Our Place in the Universe. Rivka Galchen, an economic history of the Messiah. I've never read Harper's magazine. Got some kind of gizmo here. Must be the netting that goes across the top. Security netting. Or security something so you can't see what you're hiding. Speakers. Spare tire made in China. Jack. Unhook. I don't like it when you gotta figure out which way these things lock. Try it this way, try it that way, come on. Japanese, I'll just leave it unlocked. It can dangle around and clatter. Okay, I'll latch it. The Chinese, or the Japanese rather, they always have a little place where things nest perfectly. You don't have to think about how it attaches. You gotta use your brain. Nope, not going that way. Haha! Not going that way. Not going that way. Isn't this annoying? I don't have a brain. I just want to have it retract, and the retractor will break like my key holder. Nope. Not going that way. Has a little notch where you'd think it would snap in there, but I told you this once before, but in 1979, my sister finally bought a brand new Camaro, 6-cylinder cheapie with the Berlinetta wheels. And I went to remove her jack from the holder here, and the screw for the jack was held on so tight I had to use a pair of pliers. Oops! Forgot something. One time I gotta unhook this again. Torture! Gotta be a better way than a crappy hook. Especially when it's the LTZ model. Forgot my monster piece of styrofoam. Wow, this humidity gets to you. I'm worn out. I haven't done a thing. Just lying on the couch all morning. It's already after 12 and I just called the lawyer, left a message. I'm going to have to take some action. Legal action. Costs money. Regarding this dog bite crap because nobody takes any interest. Pick. High mount brake light. Maybe it has a satellite radio. Wouldn't that be sweet? So there's our exterior walk around of the Chevy Captiva with the scratches that I just noticed. Lots of birdies around here. Now, something else I noticed and I wasn't too impressed with, and it won't change, because I don't think anybody cares about what I have to say. Power port to plug in my GPS. I looked and I looked. No power port there, no power port here, no power port here. No power port here, no power port here. Give you a hint, there's the cord. Power port is on the bottom of the slidable. Slidable. Push. There we go. Oh yeah. Slidable console. USB connector, one lighter plug. That's it. One lighter plug power port. Got a little netting for your knickknacks. No light in the glove box. We already discussed that. Funny, huh? Things you'd never think to check when you buy a vehicle, but you're stuck with them once you get it. How do you turn on the passenger airbag? It was off. Don't know how to turn it on. I tried pressing all these buttons. Rear wiper, traction control, information, Odometer. Oop, look at that. Odometer. Trip A. Trip B. Power window lock. I don't know. 140 mile an hour speedometer. We won't be using that. And there's me. Electric sunroof. Electric garage door openers. Interior lights. Lights off. Lights on. One light, two light, phone, OnStar. Help! Lighted mirrors. Grab handles. Ooh, it's damped. Ooh. All the cutie pie things, but the sunroof is of utmost importance. Mrs. CW loves the sliding sunroof. Now we had a choice of a red Impala, a silver Impala, or the Rogue. I didn't like that at all. It was an ugly maroonish, like that ruby red on that dually. So we chose this one, paid a few dollars extra. The clerk was fantastic. I'm impressed with the Chevy, even though it's made in Mexico and can use a few little tweaks, like a light in the glove box and extra lights in the rear loading compartment. Do a little walk around of the complex where we're staying, because my sister wants to buy one here, and they're selling cheap, $15,000 to $20,000, but it's $400 a month maintenance fees. Homeowners Association, call it what you want. Got to pay to maintain this place, and they do maintain it. It's time to cut the grass. It's getting a little high. Stuff grows because it's Florida. I'm going to put this on the computer and come back for a walk around. I think it's lunchtime. I haven't done a thing since breakfast. Time to eat some more. Love our vacations. And I'll show you the herons in the sky.